And welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time, Field Glory's Empire as Rome, where we're moving arguably closer and closer to sort of a win state. In fact, arguably we're in a win state. We just haven't officially won yet. Technically to win, we need to, I think it's triple the next closest, right? So we need like 3,000 legacy points. It's not going to happen particularly quickly, especially when the person that's catching up with us is, in second, is catching up with us in theory. Is this the turn I declared on these guys? Yes, okay. So I need to roll the in turn, I think. I think that's where we left off. The guys are attacking. Should be an easy fight for me to win. Yeah. No losses. No garrison to resist us. I'm going to skip here. Well, no army to resist us. The garrison's too big. I wasn't going to be able to resist. So to skip because it was going to be a quick battle. And we're still up the top of the cultural decadence ratio. Not really where we want to be right now, but it's fine. We'll tolerate it. Rome and Germany are in war. Drags in our allies and get the comment from Carthage. Actually, don't attack that province. That province might be an issue if we attack it, because that's got their tribal council. Okay. As we're marching, we got the money, so public works from camp. As we're marching, we got the money, so public work, or just from camp, because apparently we got public works there already. Yeah. Okay. We don't have the space for the road here. Or for the Roman camp, which is a bit of a shame. So let's open up diplomacy with Gallia again. Oh, we're still waiting for them to respond to their pending request. That's fair. Diplomacy-wise, we're not neighbors. We overshadow them. Okay, they're not willing to become a client state. Build that road. Probably drag these guys west. Also going to go into Illyria. So we'll start marching west. Those are the horses for one of the stacks over here. They can take like 3 turns to arrive. Now, 2 open slots. $20 income from a tavern is not particularly bad. Large mill, so we can upgrade the mill. That would not take a slot. Be plus 15 food. Provide loyalty bonus, because I think the loyalty bonus over the mill, does the mill also provide one? The bigger one, it's plus 4, basically. Bread for the poor. Plus 4 more loyalty from bread from the poor. Yeah. Definitely on board with that. And then the other build slot. Choices. Delicacy shop figs. I don't know, delicacy shop dates. We don't have nuts, we don't have figs. We'd have to import the dates. It looks like it probably has to actually needs dates, and we don't have dates to import, so that's not great. Oh, we probably was contemplating potentially going for the Builder's Hole, but it looks like we probably want the loyalty bonus. Yeah. Rather than 6 loyalty bonus. In the meantime, I'll swap one of you guys, 2 of you guys over, get above 75. Okay, the mill isn't going to finish. I do want that money, so we're not going to take the money task off of things. Roads paved, limes are limes, so there's no more construction from the army from that place. Roads paved. Could come and build a Roman camp here, I think. Actually, we know we need a building slot to build a Roman camp, don't we? So I'd have to I can upgrade the Roman camp, we meet the prerequisites. So here, for example, we can march in and upgrade that Roman camp to limes. So that's what we'll do. And we can upgrade that Roman camp to limes. Okay. Or open slots. Can upgrade the courthouse to tribunal, which is kind of a no-brainer. And we can do land expansion for more space. Not necessarily going to rush on these buildings right now, because I am appreciating the income, because we got lots of expensive buildings to build with the Legion out in the front. Plus, if we keep enough money on hand, we'll probably get another one of those science decisions. So I might actually just want to keep something like 5,000 on hand. 3 building slots, that's not too hard to fill. We don't need the loyalty. Definitely, well, 16 money, could do that. Could do siege works. Thinking we're going to go for the builder hole here. Nearby structure would get a benefit, so we'll do that. We're gonna march there. That way we can build the road upgrade. Okay, so if I grab the expert stonecutter here, the next one can be tier 3 infrastructure building, potentially. Someone will have to decide one of those states to be... I don't know, we've apparently decided, I just haven't got the pop growth there yet to get another building. Which province I want to be, or which state in the province I want to be the agricultural one. And the answer actually appears to be that I have, I just haven't followed through on it per se. For my full, do we have enough construction? Slots. You... 6 more. Create a little bit of income away for that. Okay, that should do it. It didn't do it. Oh, it's because there's 3 of them. 3 buildings being built, so we need 1 more transferred over. That's enough to do. That should do it. Yeah, all 3 of those buildings will finish. Transalpine, we have Helvenia. It's not a poor building to build, so we'll build the stonecutter. Let's go ahead and grab the armorer here. What we can then do is when the Legionnaire comes back through again, we can upgrade the camp to limes and the public works to a regional road. fact, we can send the Legionnaire over to do that right away. How much surplus construction we have? Because that looks like we have a lot. So need 0 for the stone, the expert stone card complete. We need 25-ish for that. So basically 50 state, or 50 province-wide. And we're making 246. Just a slight excess. Okay, citizens make money. Slaves make food. Here might actually do with a little bit of loyalty. Can we get up to 75? No. Okay, well the thing I'm worried about when it comes to the Roman Civil War is 75 or not, so we can basically ignore it if we're not going to be able to get above 75. Okay, we make enough industry in it to finish all those buildings without adding anyone to building buildings. Cool. Construction, anything here we want to put more on industry. So can we free up 10? Yeah. We need to make the chieftain go away. 100 combat power to sit there, 20% chance, or siege works. We'll look for the city walls. When we got free industry, free infrastructure. Armies are advancing. That army's moving there, that army's moving there. That one's moving over there. This one's a little bit vulnerable, but it's not the end of the world if that one falls. Yeah. Any useful decisions? Bolster colony, no. No. Oh, actually, no. Bolster colony, yes. Have one up there. That's not bad. And decisions, I could probably trade iron away for money. Not so precious iron, yeah. Sell the metal. We don't need it in the army now. Don't want to turn money into things. Could raise taxes, but we don't really need to. We'll go ahead and put a feast in the calendar. Oops. Push the... That's the X button. Probably just resets us to... No, C button. C button takes us to... the place. I think it focused just like on Latium or something. And the Emperor's Palace in Latium. Okay, let's go ahead and roll over the turn. See how our campaigns continue to go well. Okay, we know it seems like we successfully negotiated peace with Gallia, so we can turn around and declare war on the guys with our objective there, so we can have a secure area up there. Slave market, we'll go for disperse. Distribute disperse. The Venti, yes. Okay, so you march towards the Venti. Is that really the smartest way to get there? I don't think it is, but sometimes the AI does things. Okay, you can get to the border. Taking you 2 turns, which is a little bit annoying, but it'll be fine. Declare war on them. Did they get to keep? No, they don't get to keep the Roman camps if I leave them behind. Okay. Suppose that also means in those circumstances we have to actually rebuild them if we take it back later, but that'll be fine. Oops, didn't mean to move to the next army. I meant to hit more for public works. Am I allowed to literally build both of them with one guy? Okay. We'll just do that if that works. We got those guys under siege. Siege should be quick. Reasonably small garrison. It might actually be stormable. Even with the benefit, or even with the malice we've got. You know what? We're gonna test that out. I have a theory that we can storm that fort. Even in its current state. Regional roads, limes. March them there. We're here to upgrade to limes. New building, new citizen. Could grab the noble district for more loyalty. Or I could grab the large quarry, which would just be a pure upgrade over the existing quarry. It would leave the slot open to allow us to basically do a reroll for free. So yeah, I think I'll go with that quarry. We're not desperate on that loyalty yet. And there's a couple of different options that might be a better alternative for loyalty. Might. Actually, no, looking at that list, I think this is probably the best out of the ones we got to build. I think we got to build one more before we can get the best choices, which is fine. Okay, so we'll go large quarry anyway. We're good on the tribunal. Got 2 slots here. How many infrastructure buildings do we have? 4. So this is going to go away when the place hits 20. Okay. Don't need the loyalty, so we're not going to need the gambling ring. Could do Copperworks. That'll get us a 3rd commerce building. I'll open up a bunch more commerce buildings. Yeah, let's go with the Copperworks. Two open building sites. Wheelmaker, not a bad choice. Don't need that loyalty bonus from the gambling ring yet. And if we don't need it, we don't want the decadence. Don't need the market. Could throw up the palisades, I suppose. Get access to Tier 3 buildings. Yeah. Yeah, Tier 2 military buildings that way by building the walls up. Making extra fortified is not a bad choice. How overbuilt are we on construction? So you don't need construction there to build those walls. The Wheelmaker need about 30. So we need about 60 province wine. We got 240, which is excessive, yes. We are... Okay, clear my throat. We are hitting the point on the money where I think we got enough money that we can start swapping some of the commerce guys back to population growth. One building here. Crafting district or vineyard? Crafting district. Oh, and we just have enough infrastructure on hand, so you don't even need to cycle anyone on to building 29. Surplus food, so move all those guys into production. It's 11. There we go. We don't need these zones to grow, rather we need to get the buildings built to warrant them existing. Warrant them being part of our empire. Military, might be worth grabbing the cavalry place here. Stables. Either that or food. Orchard is pretty strong. No, we'll go cavalry. Population growth is never going to be particularly great there on the middle of the Alps. This is a frontline area, so building a guard tower is not a bad idea. Okay. We'll be awarding them next turn. We can push those guys in. You're building a road, right? Yes. And a Roman camp, apparently. Siege is ongoing. I think we ordered the assault. Did we order assault already? Yeah. March, march, march. Yeah. Part of the siege. Build a harbor. Sure, build a harbor up there. Okay, let's play the Art of Siege there. May make a difference. Yeah, let's go ahead and cycle the turn. Storm goes in. 8 versus 2. Yeah, that's the fight we're winning. Rome won the battle. The people who were at war with just get deleted. They did, that's fine. Okay, we've promoted from young to stable. Yes, the people we were at war with are gone. Down here, the Averni have fallen. So now we're just at war with the Veneti. This army, march there. That army, if you are allowed to, march all the way there. Law in ancient times. Go ahead and do some minor amnesty. Get ourselves some advanced medical knowledge, giving us 5% health everywhere, which is always nice. Where are our remaining objectives? Ally. Enemy we're attacking. Keldabari, which are the guys south of us, and Herinius. Oh, Trene. Trene. Oh, they're both in there. Okay. Okay, well that's perfectly fine. We'll keep marching these guys westward. So, and they can go westward like so. These guys can crank out, apparently, lines and road. That's fine. Those guys can crank out public works and Roman camp while marching westward. Marching into there, marching into there. Yeah. And lime's down there. We've got a paved road there. You're paved. There's not going to be an open spot to build Roman camp. Probably not worth building a Roman camp. We've already got walls. Do have a building slot here. Sculpture shop provides luxury, which, because we have buildings that actually demand luxury, will save us a whole 29 money a turn, and it'll produce something like 22 culture. Less worried about the culture. Or the alternative is brickworks, I think. Yeah, we probably do want the brickworks at some point, but sculpture shop. We need the luxury for various things. It will help with other stuff as well. That is reasonably expensive. So, I need money. Well, we're gonna burn like 1,000 money. So let's drop income to build stuff faster, but don't drop below 1,000. Is I think what we want to do now. Okay, so we accelerate construction to the max here. Large quarry should finish next turn, and there will be replacement there. Large mills still going, sculpture shop will still go. Okay. Got the tribunal going here. What do we got? We got 4 infrastructure buildings. Though, can't resist the 0 slot. We'll take the 0 slot. It does make it harder to fish for particular commerce buildings. Taking the crafter district, so be aware of that. Okay, no more spot to money. Got 1 open slot here. You don't need the loyalty from the noble district, and it's not providing really any culture. Good with the walls. Honestly, I think here, we're just gonna do a reroll. Don't have any good choices. If you don't have any good choices, you really don't need any infrastructure. 1-1, let's see what choice we get here. We will build a wall here. It's not a particularly great choice, but it probably do want some walls there either way, right? So it's not the best choice, but it is a usable choice. Let's pick up the brickworks. Allow us to make the public works a regional road. Okay, you're losing a little bit of food, which we don't want. We can just fix that by doing that and that. And that region is able to feed itself and make plenty of production to build stuff. Cool. That one's fine, that one's fine. And you got 2 open slots in 2 places. Oh, the limes don't take any space, for whatever reason. Interesting. Well, we don't need the wall. I think we're just going to go for the reroll here. The salt fish is tempting, but not that desperate for the food or the health. Shura is definitely the food one of that state right now. No food, two food buildings, 5 food, or 5 agricultural buildings. So it definitely doesn't make sense to build seed storage. And then we'd be on the lookout for the well line, yeah. Did I miss any provinces? Yes, that one over there. That makes sense to why I missed that one. That makes sense. Produces wine, can be imported, but it would be imported from a foreign country. So yeah, that's a good reason to build a wine. And that's the last idle province. Okay. Campaign's ongoing. We probably want to go into Keldabari, which does probably mean we want to invade the Quante. Diplomacy-wise, we got a cooperation with them. They're up to relation 15. We'd like to be better. Is that we're overstretched or they're overstretched? I'm not sure what the we're overstretched there means, but oh, they're probably overstretched and they're overstretched in war. Yeah, so they want peace with people near them. So yeah, we'll try to sign an alliance with them. And we're at war with them up there. Peace with everyone. Cooperation with Imperia and alliance with these guys. What would it take for you to become a client state? So we got minus 50 bargaining point, or minus 100 bargaining points for client state. And we flip over to our side. What are we willing to give them? So we can give them all our metal, all the surplus manpower, and they would actually accept that. Okay, let's back off a little bit on the metal. So we got a little bit around, and a little bit on the manpower. 2 ticks on the manpower, and then give them some money. Yeah, I think that's a great choice. 84% chance they become a client state. Kind of want to do the same with them, but they need to get up. We need to get their opinion up to 25. And then I suppose the next question is, can we afford to annex you? That's probably a no. No, they're just a little too valuable to bring on board. We do want to bring them on board because they have one of our objectives. And some time. We are a stable empire. Yeah, keep marching there, that's fine. Yeah, we're going through money real quick. So we got stuff we want to build, so it's cash 22. Jewelry shop. Need silver, which we can import. Would be foreign import, but it's a natural resource, so that just happens sometimes. Makes 21 income. Provides luxury, which I know is is either a bonus good for or a needed good for some high level culture buildings. We do want access to some jewelry. Yeah, we're gonna jewelry shop. I was tempted to go with the barracks, but we're gonna go to the jewelry shop. Palace Library. Here's the faction-wide culture bonus being offered again. Yes, we'll go ahead and take that. We turned it down last time because there was the faction-wide health bonus. Okay, I want a little bit more money coming in. I want to be making like 1,000 a turn. Got too many things I want to build using the legions, and the legions cost money to do that. Crafting district would be money, and would just basically be a reroll otherwise, so sure. This is the farm one. We haven't gotten lucky enough to actually get population growth there, which is a different problem, but don't need loyalty. We can make it so we definitely use loyalty later by going slave market. Okay, that's fine. Got 2 open building slots here. 1 here. Hmm. Yeah, it's at least a 0 slot, so it'll go away at some point. And I gotta go over there. Building regional roads and lines as you go. We'll go furnace here. Yeah, and we don't need to move anyone on to infrastructure yet to support the building. Potter Tavern. Don't need cattle because we can import from place. Need salt, which we can import from place, which will be fine. Yeah, we'll probably go Soul House then. 8 open slots there. Lots of spaces. Farm wouldn't actually be that bad. Yeah, I haven't figured out where the farm territory is going to be in that province. Might be the one we just built the farm to on, to be fair. Oh, no, we already got a well here. Yeah, it's probably here. Probably there. Oops, did I transfer too much to food? I did. Need like 3... One more back. There we go. We want to get up to 6 farm buildings. Arguably, though, it wants to be Well, we got the farm, we got the well. Not siege storage. Don't actually have. There's no good orchard here. Like no orchard or anything. So, stud's actually not the worst choice for trying to get 6 buildings. Because we want this. We want one of the other ones to be granary, but I'll be fine otherwise. Okay. We'll go preceptor house here. You can see that we're too far away from our papyrus places, which is why we need to set up another farm state or farm territory. This would be within 3 of the place we're thinking, which is up here. Just means we won't be making great money from it until then. Yeah, I think the place, the glaciers, is not a good place to be building farms, or, well, apparently not great for infrastructure either. Apparently, actually, isn't that bad for farms. Might go health instead, though. Pick up this whole house. Oops. Okay, all the states are good. And all the territories are good. No real stuff we want to do. Could do bolster. No, we did bolster colony on the one that could bolster, so that's done. That invasion's going. Not really enough in the garrison, really, for them to resist, so we'll just actually order an assault here. And then we'll be next to our targets, which are these two. A Druid hideout, which looks really cool, but you have to be Celtic, otherwise they go poof. We're not Celtic, we're Roman. Okay, let's cycle the turn. Let's see how our money goes. Okay, there's the fort storming. 17 versus 4. Rounds out. Enemy completely exhausted. They're getting double dice roll, but we got base of 8 versus their base of 2. Yeah. Very one-sided battle. And that ends the siege. 33 units. Okay. We found their army. Battle ends in a draw. Sometimes you could just wish that you could order your army to run away because they're incredibly outmatched by raw quantity, but today is not that day. So I think the first side here that loses 2 units in a battle is going to rout the other one. Nope, looks like we routed them. There we go. We did take a lot of losses. We lost two legions in that attack. Oh, we can see Macedonia down here is in a golden age as their glorious empire. Have reached us. Oh, that was them accepting. Alliance has been secured. Cool. So now they do technically like us enough that they could become a client state. I don't have enough money to bribe them though. They're not. We're not going to bribe them in client state status at the moment. So as I look at my treasury and go like, I've been spending the money. Okay, now at war with the Keldabari. Which is fine, we kind of wanted to be at war with the Keldabari anyway at some point, but maybe not quite that early, but it'll be fine. Okay, this army, for reasons, needs to rest. We're going to Public Works. We are going to Roman Camp, because there's no fort there. And this one will Public Works. I'm actually going to... I know I had originally built this guy to build roads and stuff, but he's going to go join the army, because we need we need the legions this far out, and it's a bit of a walk back from Rome. As you can see, it's almost bad enough that it's literally worth sailing all the way around Spain instead of walking over Gaul. Sculpture shop, jewelry shop. This is the farm one, so it would actually make sense to potentially do the M4 Fabrica here. Convert food to money. Yeah, let's do the food to money choice here. Fabrica have existed since the 4th millennium. Very common object in ancient times. There's even a large hill Rome built up of disposed and broken Amphorica. Yeah. Trash problems. Old trash problems. Could build a tannery. Cattle imported from Phoenicia. We're not, so that's implying that we're not importing it from us. At least it's from our client state, so I'm not too concerned about that then. Or we could do Wheelmaker. Or the barracks upgrade. Yeah, let's do the barracks upgrade. It unlocks the heavy infantry. Notably, it doesn't unlock heavy infantry for us. The Romans have a special building for unlocking their legions. They don't otherwise use heavy infantry. School. It's tempting as it is to go training ground school. One open slot there. Here we're going to go training grounds. Lots of open slots. Guard tower? Sure. We'd grab the salt mine. Sure, let's grab the salt mine here. Third military building wouldn't be bad. Maybe it's not the ideal third military building, but we'll grab it anyway. Stables. And clear water. Do need a little bit more infrastructure to build that in a turn. Those misclicks. There we go. Everything will build in a turn. Oh, we probably do want more loyalty here. Granted, that's because most of the guys haven't converted yet. But let's not rely on conversion. Let's pick up the noble district in case. No surplus food. Work on the monument to our glorious victory, of course. Grounds. Gotta try to keep the military. Fire, yeah. Okay, we're at a high military expertise. We want to keep that high, right? And that's the ratio of military buildings to territories. Okay. Okay. Rufus's health is beginning to decline. So coming up the time where Rufus will be replaced. Okay, hopefully we don't run into a full debt situation in the next turn. There goes our attack. Big garrison. Okay, this may not go well. Battle ended in a draw. We did kill the enemy general, which will help a lot. Yeah, so we're getting 3 dice rolls to every one of theirs. It is a little even otherwise. Battle ended in a draw. Battle ended in a draw again. One thing that's also happening is as we fight, they are able to move out their exhausted people and push them to the rear. Now we lost. 3 more legionnaires bite the dust. We did able to put the other one under siege, but that mobile army is being an issue. Large mobile army. Oh, there's no fort there. I miscalculated and thought the ring here was the walls, and no, it is our objective instead. So that meant they got a large amount of troops from the garrison to reinforce the army as well. Okay. Oh, we have armies en route. Okay, we should probably spread these guys out so they don't take too much attrition. First army, pull them back to this province here. And we need to rank 3 more legions. 3 more early Republican legions. Of course, we can't afford 3 more early Republican legions. We need more money. Okay. Well, I know where some of that money's coming from. Okay, positive infrastructure, that's fine. Bunch more money. Bunch of construction to go on here. Okay. I will do the pots here. Pottery. Because that will... We got 4 empty slots here, of course. That will also give us 6 commerce buildings so we can pave the road. Yeah. Won't do it here because we're already building the other place, and we have a paved road here, so we don't need it from a paving standpoint. Brickworks won't be bad. Let's grab the brickworks. Linus. Build the courthouse. Slow the construction down a little bit to get more money. 2,000 is apparently what we need now because we have infinite demand for more money, basically. Infinite demand is for more things we want to spend it on. Sure. We'll go military store here. Grab the armory here. Or no, let's upgrade the harbor. No, that's a decent ostrich. And the monument. Looks like everything will be built. Orchard's probably the more expensive of the two. No, actually, probably it's the monument. We need like 2 surplus to build the orchard. And okay, so we need like 60 surplus infrastructure in the zone, which we can probably get even swapping everyone over to money or food. Yeah, okay. Bunch of construction here. We are at the point where everyone could be on construction. We don't need anyone with food. It's always good to see when that happens. Seven open slots. That's not where I'm planning on building the farm. I'm planning on building it here. Part of the point to build a farm would be to build food right now. So let's not build the M4 Fabrica. Might actually just play the reroll. Yeah, because you'd rather have the granary or the large farm or the irrigation system right now. The other big one, which is this one. Probably want that conversion bonus. Grab the brickworks. Grab the wheelmaker? Yeah, grab the wheelmaker. Got siege going. Siege is estimated to be quick. Let's do Art of the Siege to speed it up a little bit. Let's actually do recruit some local units here. We'll see what the local units are. We'll start bringing up the 4th Army in case we need it to deal with good old Brittany over there. well, the current inhabitants of Brittany. Cycle the turn. I think we'll probably play one more full turn, and then we will go ahead and actually end it for the stream. Oh, did the army just go to C? I think the army just went to C. Now, whether or not they'll stay at C when we go marching back in is a different problem. Reach us with a proposal of peace. We'll look at it. I think the answer is no. Yeah, we can do a counter proposal. I don't want you to relinquish objectives. I declared on you, after all. Weirdly, the one I have is not the one I want. Right, I want the other two. And they're not willing to give me that. We are requesting peace, and my response is no. Marian reform! More powerful legions at my disposal. Yes, after the destruction of our legions, we want better ones. Progressively reform their legions. Legions will convert to the new Marians progressively and retain all their experience. Cost 2,400, or reform immediately for twice the cost. Retain 75% of their experience. Each provincial capital will gain a free legion camp. Okay, this one's tempting because of the free legion camp, but either way, we don't have the money this turn. Need to save up for another turn. The next stream, we get to play with the next set of legions. Upgrade the mine, or upgrade the quarry. Don't really need the watchtower here in central Italy. Yeah, I think it's upgrade the mine, unless I'm going to go for like the granary. Granary is not necessarily a bad choice, but we're going to go for the mine, or go for the quarry upgrade. Don't need the hemp, and it's not really the best in slot. Don't need the hospital either. With all the money issues, it's probably Caravan House, actually. 31 more money due to the commerce bonus. 3 open slots. Build a hole for more infrastructure. Land expansion. Expand the port. Alps, we got 2 places to build. Preceptor House. And land expansion. Into that is a decent orchard given where it is. Very tempted to go that orchard. Yeah, let's pick that orchard up. Yes, is this province's food province? We'll take the wool upgrade as a reroll. It won't take up a slot. We're fishing for wells at this point. Fishing for wells and fishing for upgrades, agricultural upgrades. 6 open slots. That was one of the ones we're fishing, so there's an irrigation upgrade there. That'll upgrade the well. I think technically this is actually a downgrade because we're losing the +5 base food on the well. But as stuff works out, it'll still be an upgrade, I think, in the long run. Or skirmishers, okay. You'll arrive there, you'll arrive there. Push you one down. And then they're marching to wherever they're marching, okay. Oh, I suppose upgrading the lines we worked out is actually saves a space, so let's drop that bonus then. There, another space up there, which is not a bad choice. I think we might be done with all the building choices for the turn yet. Okay, so the turn, some of the fighting recently hasn't going our way. But otherwise everything else is going pretty well. So probably a good place to put a part break in. So, so we can look at our Argus Decadence here. So we looked at the end of the last one. We're at a ratio of 3.68, which is one of the reasons we're like top 5 for culture to decadence ratio. We're currently not in the glorious tier, so you notice there's no age penalty. It's not that age is not accruing, it's that it doesn't penalize you in young and stable. It does in glorious. So when we tier up, it's gonna hit us like a freight train. That's one of the reasons actually why we're so high, is because when we finally cleared glorious and the age penalty disappeared, that left us with so much culture that we're very rapidly shooting up to basically go back to glorious again, which is maybe not ideal, but it's the reality. So basically it's coming down to nation size, which is every territory provides 1, unless it's a part of a province, and then it provides a half. That's slightly adjusted by size, so if you're a little bit big, I think it's a little bit more. If you're a little bit small, it's a little bit less, to penalize you less. And then we got some decadence from structures, right? So it's actually not a lot of decadence down here. And then we currently have a lot of culture. And then legacy-wise, this is where our legacy is coming from. We don't have any decisions. We haven't got any from decisions yet. Rating 9 a turn from wonders. Though a lot of these are... Actually, a lot of them used to be. They're not really more anymore. So like the Great Hospital's providing us legacy. Royal Tomb's providing us legacy. Medical School's providing us legacy. Royal Tomb, I think we inherited from someone else, so that one will just go away eventually. The palace we built. Setofan is an old Royal Tomb from someone else, so that'll go away eventually. And the Balance Palace is someone we took it from someone else, so that'll go away eventually. But we're going to keep most of that. That's basically 10. Oh no, we're getting 7 a turn once you ignore the things that'll go away. That's not enough to keep with like Macedonia, which is the first in Wonders. Objectives, we control 7 of the 11 that we know of. The leader in this category is actually the Indian civilization, who's got 10 of their objectives. Culture-wise, so this is... we get +1 legacy point for every region that has a 1,000 culture, and it goes up to 2 if they hit 5,000. We got one that's at over 5,000. We got another 16 over 1,000. We're not technically first in that. Egypt has technically got more from that category. And we're not currently a glorious government, so believe glorious governments get some legacy, or glorious level 3 governments. It might also be have to be in the golden age. So I know Macedonia is in a golden age, I believe. We can check that, I suppose. Or maybe they were in a golden age. So here we can see the legacy. We automatically get granted win if we, after turn 100, triple anyone. Or triple everyone. We're not quite there. We're almost doubling some people. We're not tripling them yet. We're not quite taken off to that extreme. There's Macedonia. Not able to save them on this one. Might not have shown them if they... Okay, so yeah, I think you just have to be glorious, tier 3 glorious to get legacy from your government. Might also been you have to have triggered a golden age, or how many times you triggered a golden age, or whatever is driving that. So they're getting some ticking in from that source. Or as you can see, we aren't. The Indians are. And they're getting less than Macedonia. Can I figure out where they are? Quickly. Yeah, they are. Okay, so they're decadent. So they were. They're probably tier 3. It's hard to tell from here. They probably were glorious at some point, so they probably stopped being glorious. And they are trending up instead of trending down. But yeah, they dropped a tier. That's maybe why there's legacy sort of stopped going up. They used to be the second podium, whereas Macedonia is now the first podium. But yeah, we're not getting anything from the government right now because our government is still stable. We'll probably get someone wearing glorious, but there'll be other problems with that. Such as the aforementioned early age penalty. Money-wise, military upkeep is about 462, which is less than taxation, less than regional commerce. You can see that administrator burden starting to kick in. So that's one of the anti-blabbing mechanics. Basically, the bigger the administration gets, the greater portion of your income gets diverted to spending on administration. And we got manpower and metal. And yeah, I think we went over the statistics at this point. So yeah, I think that's probably where I'm going to go ahead and end the run for the day. So this will be picked up again in 5 days if you're watching on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, the next part should be up for you by tomorrow, because I've recorded 5 parts today, so by the time you're watching this, the next part should be recorded for you. In fact, probably will be uploaded and just waited and scheduled for viewing for tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, the next one's in 5 days. Still sticking to the plan schedule, so E4 should be tomorrow. Factorio after that, Long Dark after that, Shadow Empire after that. We'll see how quickly Shadow Empire goes. Maybe entering into a state where that one will go real fast. But either way, it'll be that day. Whether it ends up being a full day because of that is maybe a different question. And then it'll be this 5 days from now if you're watching on Twitch. Once again. And we'll see how this one goes. This one, if we really start to crank Source of Legacy going, we may find that we very rapidly move towards winning. We're not really, well, maybe we are in a place to screw Macedonia up because they're here. In fact, actually, once we stop getting objectives, and I think it's around turn 100 where objectives start popping up. You basically are stuck with your objectives. You got to sort of balance being tall at that point. At that point, it may make sense to push the Illyrica into Macedonia, because we know the Macedonian cities are high on culture, and we would like their culture. Couple thousand there, 2,000 there, almost 1,000 there, 6,000 there. Yeah, we'd like that culture. So we just go take advantage of that culture. And we can see, okay, our one that was 5,000 is actually Latium. It's Rome itself. Rome itself has 5,000. A lot of other places are sitting in about half of that. Though, the Etruscan city there is getting pretty close. Marinus is getting pretty close. So yeah, we might start getting culture coming real fast from a lot of other provinces. But yeah, with that, wish you all the best of luck and a good time until the next stream. And with that, bye for now. And I just realized I should put a stream save in. So whether or not this actually gets edited out of YouTube or not will be up to future me. Stream save 2 for Rome. Okay. Really, this time, if I haven't edited it out, bye for now.